4. 3. Module 3, medical surveillance.
Okay, talk to me. What do you think it sounds like? What does that mean? Without reading, I don't want anyone.
They monitoring the medical conditions. They monitoring the medical effects that it have on each employee over time. They surveillance it over time.
It sounds like there's some kind of secrecy to me under surveillance of medicine.
Okay. All right.
I guess I'm thinking of watching people, come to the workplace, keeping I used to keep a chart or something.
Okay. All right.
But like some jobs may require like some jobs may require that you present them with your past medical history. So they want to see that maybe like anything on that particular job that you had, if it will affect you over time.
That's a good point. All your points are good, but that's a unique point, and you're right. I have seen people not get jobs because of that. You know, when I started in the petroleum industry, I started actually in the lab. I was running tests, gasoline, diesel, all the products, all the component products. But there's so many chemicals. There were people in there, for example, there were anytime a lab technician became pregnant, they would pull her out of the lab because they didn't want her to be affected by any of the chemicals, especially unknown. There was a woman who was a contractor who was a lab technician, and she really was very good at what she was doing, and she was going to get the job, but then she was rejected because of this test, because she had a lump on her lung. Worked there for like 6 months as a contractor, trying to get in, and they found that and said, nope. She was devastated. So yeah, you're right, and so you're somewhat right. Yeah, there's some validity to what you said.
They gotta know if this stuff affecting you, man.
No, we don't know. They didn't know at the time. There was a lump there. It could have been there for ages.
But they could have been setting up for getting sued by her.
They didn't want her to become an employee and that lump to expand, and then she sues the company.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they just said no. Bye.
High risk for her.
So anyway, let's look at medical surveillance, because it's important. What are the objectives here? I want you to be able to walk away with a few things. One, recognize the purpose of medical surveillance. What is it? What's its purpose? Recognize the level of prevention it provides. Identify who should participate in the medical surveillance program. Recognize the requirements of related exams. Exams are involved. Okay, we're going to skip the additional objectives. So I actually have already asked you this question, so we're going to pass that. So here it is, medical surveillance. It's a collection. It is an analysis of health information for groups of workers exposed to harmful agents. A collection and analysis. Think about the answers you gave me. A collection and analysis, or analysis, and then you collect those analyses of health information for groups of workers exposed to harmful agents. Not necessarily individuals, but groups. It can be based on a single case, an individual, but typically screens groups of employees to look for trends. When I worked in the refinery, I was never an operator, but these are the people who actually work in the refineries, out in the field, and they worked around the clock. So one person worked the day shift for these 2 weeks, or this month, whatever the frequency was. Whoever worked the night shift, if there was an exposure for the day shift person, that exposure was also attributed to the night shift person. It was automatic. Both were exposed. You with me? That's how they look at it.